Ooh, it's almost time for me to go to bed. But it's story time. Welcome to Just Toy Talking Too Much Story Time. And the name of this story is called The Audacity of It All, and you will soon find out why. All of my crazy date stories happen in Atlanta, Georgia. Like, Atlanta to me is really, 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 really off the chain. And I'm born and raised in Cali, so I've had just like so many unbelievable moments. Like, I can't really believe till it happened so much that it started to become the norm. Anyways, I was out and about one evening, and I am using the word or the terms lightly, sucker for a well-dressed man, groomed and smells great. And wherever we met, this guy had on a suit, and the suit, the fabrics, the patterns, they were all like a mix matched, but it worked. And his suit was like tailored to fit. The jacket was like blue, like of a dark blue, but it was plaid. But the plaids, the darker plaids, were faint, and they weren't like close. They were big box plaid. And he had on it was like a blush pink shirt, and there was a handkerchief, and that handkerchief had mauves, burgundies, pinks, blues, blacks, bright yellows going through it. And then he had, how the guys wear the crazy socks, and then his shoes were like a burgundy, shiny, off the chain. He looked really good. It was really good. He looked really good. And when he walked by, he smelled good. And I was like, "You smell nice." And so he said, "Gratitude." So not even 5 minutes go by. And mind you, I'm about ready to leave anyways. I wasn't coming to this to stay long. So he came back, he asked me my name, and he complimented me, and we started talking. We exchanged numbers. I told him I had to go. There was no connection with me, as in like, oh my gosh, I'm taking off. Of course not. But I will tell you this, I am not attracted to fair-skinned men. That's just not my thing. When I was young, I was told by certain family members to marry someone fair-skinned and, finer hair, curlier hair, wavier hair, so that your kids would come out looking a certain type of way. And I fell into that for a minute. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I not dating what I like? And it is dark, really dark complected Afro-American men. I think they're just absolutely gorgeous. But no more fair, light complected men. Now, this brother was attractive. However, again, it was the fair complexion for me. And he dressed nice, smelled nice, all of that, nice body, the whole nine. I just knew that it wasn't going to be on my end. I already knew. This is important. I already knew it would go no further than conversations, I'm telling you. So anyways, we have a conversation, and the next day, and he tells me that he's married. I said, okay. It did not bother me that he told me he was married at all, because in his mind, he had already set the threshold. He was setting up the threshold. He was setting it up. He was on his end, in his mind, that he was going to be 100% transparent with me. And I appreciate that. But what he was feeling, or his attraction, wasn't the attraction that I was having. So I was like, oh, that's fine. He's like, I'm looking for a friend. I was like, okay, friend. So, it wasn't a big deal. I mean, like, my feelings wasn't hurt, but I can say that this was this is a great example of a man being very transparent and upfront and giving a woman an opportunity to, if she wants to deal with him or not. I love the transparency of it. I kudos to him for that. However, nothing was going to happen. So yada yada yada. He's talking, I can help you. I can be there for you. I can do things for you. I can't say that I can pay your rent, your car note, but I definitely can be there for you. I said, well, that's a whole lot for a person. Friendships are earned and not given. I know that it is no way that I would give someone some money that I really know and offer to give them money and offer to take them out and offer to do give gifts and things of that nature, and we're not friends, of course, because I had already felt this. Once the conversation went this way, I already felt, I was like, okay. When he told me he wanted to be friends, I said, this is not what it is. I said, but we're going to stay friends. So when he started, I said, so you're paying me in advance. So later on I started saying, so you just want to do stuff for me in advance because you want to have some type of intimate relationship with me. He said, no, we can only be friends. Whatever I give to you, I do for you, I give to you. Because, I really think you're a cool person. After one conversation, okay, you're right. The next day, after the conversation, the day after, he reached out and I didn't answer. I wasn't feeling well. I just kept throwing up bile. Like my stomach just stayed very nauseous. And so I called back. I took off from work and I rested that day. And I called him when I woke up. And it was in the afternoon and I was starving. It was like about 11:30, 12 o'clock about that time. About 11:30, 12. So he mentioned, just so happens, this is a sheriff from DeKalb County. He works part-time as a sheriff for DeKalb County. No, I'm not going to say his name. This is, of course, is in Georgia. I was living in Atlanta. Just so happened, he's picking up prisoners or something. I don't want to lie, but some prisoners to take them to some type of program where they're in a class or a training class, something to this extent. And just so happened, he was not far from where I was at, or where I lived. So he asked, he was genuinely concerned, like, do you need anything you want to do? I said, no. So what I'm going to do is, I was like, I am so famished because I had actually been throwing up for like a day and a half, no food. Excuse me. So he kept saying, where are you located? Well, I don't care if you're the sheriff or not. I'm not about to give you my address and tell you where I'm at so you can come and drop some money off or food or whatever it is. This is not going to happen. So I'm like, well, no, I'm good. I'm going to go to McDonald's. I'm just going to get some orange juice and bread. I felt that was going to stay on my stomach. Some acid, starch, flour. So he's like, oh, well, I'm not far from there. I'm like, really? He's like, I swear to you, I'm at my dad's house. My dad does not live far. He lives on such and such. That street was not far from me at all. I said, so I'm going to meet you at the McDonald's. Sure. So he meets me there, and he has on his DeKalb County Sheriff, cuz blood, I'm banging it out, uniform on, guns, the whole nine. So when I pull up, I'm looking tall from the floor up. I'm not going to even lie. I was so hungry. I was so weak. I actually went to McDonald's with a robe on, with nothing on. That's not good. But I'm not gonna lie, that's how bad, and I was so weak. I just couldn't even wrap my mind and even just go into my closet to find something like sweatpants. I was just like, let me just get there, because I was hungry and starving, that I was in pain, and yet I was lightheaded, everything. So I still got my car and drove. So he was there before I got there, and I'm like, gosh, he got here like skirt quick. I pulled up because he didn't see what I was driving, and he told me what he was driving, but he didn't. When I met him, he didn't see what I was driving. So he gets out of the car, out of his truck, not a car, his truck, and so he says, "Do you need any money to get your food?" I was like, "No, I'm good. I appreciate it." He says, "Well, I heard that you," and he's right. You want to go get some food so you can have some food for later, because he asked me what I was going to do, and I said, well, I'm going to go to the grocery store, get some cranberry juice, some juices, and water, because I don't want to dehydrate. So he tells me, well, you didn't get your food yet. I was like, no, it's going through the drive-thru, get your food, and I'm going to go over here to the bank and pull the money out. Okay, we'll go over here to the bank and pull the money out. Go to the ATM. The ATM was right across the street from McDonald's. So he comes back and he brings $80. I'll take that $80 for $600, Alex. Not a problem. So now I do want to be clear. I was like, this is really not necessary. He's like, no, really, go get your groceries. I mean, you really can't get groceries, but I am single. But he was like, just get what you want to, whatever you need to make you feel better. You feel that you need to make you feel better, what you want to eat. That's what it was. So, pause. This is where the audacity comes in. So as I'm sitting there and my stomach is still in knots, and it's like it's right up underneath my rib cage, okay? He asked for a hug. I'm like, sweetie, I can't. Listen. Okay, and I'm not getting out because first, I don't have nothing but a robe on. The robe was short. Like, I literally was like, I'm going to just run. I don't suggest anyone does this, but literally, like, I'm going to go to McDonald's in the drive-thru, and I'm going to eat this biscuit on the way with the orange juice, and I'm going to get right back in bed. So I was like, oh, no, I can't. I was like, I'm just so weak. Okay, cool. And I don't even know why I need to hug you anyways. Period. And why are you asking for a hug? Period. But I already knew the intent. I already knew what all that was about anyways. He told me he had something to tell me. I was like, okay. He said he had herpes. That didn't bother me either. You want to know why? He wasn't going to go any further, far distance, spaces, inches, miles, steps, small steps, big steps, little steps, high steps with me, because I was not physically or sexually attracted to him because he was extremely fair. It was just not going to happen. Second, I'm glad that you told me. I'm so grateful that you were transparent and that you told me you were married, and I'm good with that, and I appreciate that. And then you're married. Oh, no. It's not my problem that your wife is a nurse, and she's going to school to get a practitioner's license, and she's hardly at home, so she works and then she's at school, so she's hardly. That's not my problem. That it's been a while since you guys got together. That's not my problem. And every time that all this happened within of us knowing each other, all this happened within, all these events happened within 6 days, back to concurrent. Okay, we went to go eat. I had lunch. We went and had dinner. We went to a movie, and every time, okay, I keep saying every time, we went to a movie, and we went shopping, and I'm gonna tell you about the shopping, because we went to the shopping and then the movie. He went to an adult store, so I was like, I'll take that ride for $1,700, and he went and got one of those, it's because I really don't want to get all like messed up on YouTube. It's like one of those things to make you pop off, you know, get your climax and you know, and rub it and fix it in a circular motion like that. And the thing costs like $100. I'm a friend. Get whatever you need. I think I'm gonna get this. I saw this because I watch a lot of porn. Okay, homie. Because if you tell me friend, that's what I'm gonna give you. Now, mind you, within these concurrent days, I had to keep reminding him, we are just friends. We are friends. That's what you said. But see, in my head, friendships are earned and they're not given. So, you know, that's just facts. No one is going to just automatically just go above and beyond and off the chain like that and doing all of these fantabulous things, especially a man for a woman, and there's nothing that he's going to receive from it. So he was having this plight, and just as if, you know, he was the homie talking to me, and I was like, wow, you know, like everything he is, like, I get it. And so it's like, do what you gotta do. Because again, that's not my business. I mean, like, you know, and I'm not your friend because your wife don't know me. Because if we was really friends, she would have. Anyways, pause. So, you want something? Well, sure, Alex. I want something. What did I get? I got, what did I get? Oh, I got the straps, like the S&M straps, just crap, just S&M straps. I got what else did I get? I'm trying to think. But like, you put them under the bed, you can strap somebody, just mess, just to have. So anyways, we go to the show after that, and this is pre-COVID. No. This is during the pandemic, but towards the end. So we actually went to a drive-in. That's where we went. We drove from Midtown and we drove to the drive-in because there's only one drive-in. So since we're in a truck and we got this big old, you know, like, you got the space heater between us, nothing was gonna happen. Not on my watch. I could tell he was getting angst and frustrated because he felt, and then he felt, and you can feel how you want to feel. You can feel, you can say, you can think your feelings. I am not going to negate your feelings. However, it's not on my watch. We're friends. And you're doing this because you want to do it. Not because you have to. But you're trying to set it up. It's no set up here. You're fair, you're married, and you have herpes simplex 79. And it doesn't even matter that you have herpes simplex 39. You're fair and you're married. So like I said, it's like, even if I was attracted to him, even if he was my cup of tea, the first thing would be he's married. But I'm not visually or physically attracted to that. So it stopped that from the jump. But brother, you married. You're married. Like, you married. And there's nothing that you can say. There's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you can give. There's nothing that you can pay to push me. Why, Toy, did you accept it? Because I'm going to make a fool out of you. I mean, it wasn't like he was spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars and had paid bills and did all of that stuff. But I want to make literally a fool out of you because you're placing yourself in foolish. You're doing it intentionally, and you're pushing the process. He pushed it so much that every time he talk, he mentioned, like, I would, I would love to kiss you. I would love to touch you. I would love to stay at night. I could stay at night. I could kick it with you at this time. And I'm like, but that's not what friends do. I don't do that with my friends. Do you? You want friends with me? No. But no. This is friends. This is me. And this is you. I'm up here. And you're here. And there's not going to be nothing in between here. And then when he said about the herpes, that he had herpes, he had a breakout in like 30 years. I don't care. You don't have to have a breakout in 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, 2 years, 2 days, since you was born, since you had it. I don't care if you haven't had a breakout. That's not, I appreciate you telling me the information. Gratitude. But it doesn't mean nothing to me either way. You married. You fair. And you got herpes simplex 42. And see, by law, you're required to tell somebody if you have herpes, if you have communicable diseases. So my thing of it is that if you wanted to cheat on your wife, if you really needed some cooter snaps, like I love you, down to the sex parts where the sores are. Pause. He told me that he met his wife on a herpes website, dating site. And so she has it too. Facts. So I'm like, well, if you want to cheat on your wife, it seems to me that you want to stay in your community, in your hood, in your subdivision, your country, your city, your state, your zip code. Like, why would you want to go to the community that are STD free and tell them that you haven't had an outbreak in 40 years? There's nothing that a condom could do. Even if let's just say this was who I was attracted to physically and visually. And I decided to say, okay, because he's married. After the herpes thing, I'm done. How you gonna cover? I can't even see myself putting dental dam, plastic wrap, saran wrap, glad bags around my private area to sleep with you. Even if I want to have a sinful moment. No. It's a no for me. The audacity that he thought, if he did things for me, offered to pay bills, offered to give me money, offered to take me shopping, just very quickly, that I was going to be okay with him being married and having herpes. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Wow. And that is... That's the end of my story. I'm over it. The audacity of some people. Okay. I'm gonna call it a night. Sleep tight. Don't let be bed bugs bite. That was messed up, huh? Well, you shouldn't.
Get you. How to hand me my feminine walk.